Hello, I'm back. Hello, hello. What is up? I'm back. I'm gonna finish my makeup. So, gonna wait a little bit. People to get in here. If you asked a question at the end of the last one, if you can just retype that because I missed it, because the last one was ending because I got to the hour mark. So I'm back. What's up? Okay. Redneck Turtle. What a name. So, new follower here. Love your positivity. Keep up the good work. I appreciate that. I appreciate you following, and I'm glad that you like the positivity. That's really important to me. So, thank you. So yeah, if you guys commented something or asked something in the last one as it was ending and I didn't get to it, if you can just comment that below. I'm sorry. I'm back. I will answer. Anyway, I did the highlight and I'm going to do the blush on top of that. So I use the e.l.f. pointed powder brush. It's the best. It's so soft. What blush am I going to use today? Yeah, I think I will do a mix of these two. I like how my clearance sticker is still on here, but honestly, it's so good. The L'Oreal Paradise Enchanted. It's a scented blush. It smells like peaches. It smells really good. And what shade is this? Charming. So this one, and then the Burt's Bees blush in Toasted Cinnamon, which is like, it's the best. So I'll do this and then that one on top. I'm a fan of more like brown type of blushes, like brown nude, peach-ish brown blushes, as opposed to pink blushes on my skin tone, because I have very yellow undertones. So I tend to gravitate towards more of the brownish blushes. That's just my personal preference. But I do have like more like mauve toned ones as well. This is just my preference. Let's see. So juicy. What is your ethnicity? You're so pretty. Well, I appreciate that. It's so sweet. I'm half Japanese, and then my father is white. He's American, Caucasian. But he is, I believe it's a quarter or an eighth Cherokee. So that makes me like an 8th or 16th. I'm not quite sure. All I know is that I received financial, like a scholarship on the basis of my being Native American. I don't know my percentage though. And then this one is more like a satiny finish. So this one's a little bit more of a glowy blush, which is why I put it on top. All right, we're good with the blush. We're done with the blush. And now I'm gonna do my brows and my mascara. So brows, my favorite pencil is, I forgot to mention, in terms of favorite drugstore brands, e.l.f. is definitely one of them. It's definitely my favorite for brushes. Pretty much all of my brushes are Wet n Wild or e.l.f., mostly e.l.f. And my favorite brow products are from e.l.f. So this is the Instant Lift Brow Pencil, and I love, love, love this pencil so much. It's so nice. You like can't go wrong with it. You just can't, like you can't mess it up. This is a shade Neutral Brown, and I like it because a lot of times with drugstore brow products, things that are like dark brown end up being like reddish brown, and I have very dark hair. Like I don't have, it's reddish brown, like looks really wrong on my eyebrows because I'm not, red haired. So anyway, so I like that this one is actually like a true neutral brown, and it's just very easy to use. And it's only like $3 or $4, so it's a major win. The one who tells you pretty. Not sure what that quite means. Why you are so beautiful. Appreciate it. Just look at her, super pretty. Oh, thank you. You totally pull off a nose hoop. Love it. Do you have any other piercings you want? Oh, I have lots that I want. But like I'm trying to hold off. Trying to wait. And, not just I try to be I'm almost too careful about budgeting sometimes. I'm very, very, very frugal, hence the reason why you just use drugstore makeup most of the time, because it's like very difficult for me to accept spending a lot of money on something. So of course piercings get expensive with the jewelry being high quality jewelry. But yeah, so I have my conch, my helix, my daith, my second lobes, and then I have a triple conch here, which I love all of these, but I do want to add to them. My nose hoop is relatively recent. I didn't get my nose pierced until this past summer. And that was just like, and it took a while for me to come to that conclusion. Like I had a fake nose hoop and I tried it on to see what it would look like and I loved it. And I really wanted to get my nose pierced, but I was like, no, like I have always been kind of a bit of a people pleaser and I'm trying to work on that. I've talked about this before. I'm definitely a lot better than I used to be. But I knew I would get a lot of judgment from my parents for it. Like something on my face as opposed to my ears. Like my mom freaked out when I got these done. So, and that was when I was in college. Like I'm an adult now, and like she was like, why would you do that to your body? Like I'm like, it's inside my ear. Anyway, so I knew I would get judgment from my family because it's on my face. But I was like, and like I worried. It was like before my wedding, and I was like, do I want to have my like nose pierced in pictures? I'm like, what am I saying? I'm like, I want my nose pierced like for all the time. It's not for like an event or something, And I was like, I'm fucking going for it. And like, I loved it. Like the day I got it, I was like, this belongs on my face. I'm like, why did I not do it sooner? Like for me, it literally feels like it's part of my face. That's how I feel about it. Everyone has different feelings about how it looks on me. I don't care what your opinion is about that. But for me, I love my nose hoop. And I think when it comes to piercings, it should be totally your own personal decision. What advice would you give someone on their fitness journey? Sometimes I find that I'm consistent for 6 weeks and I give up. So the consistency is like the biggest part of it, for sure. It's usually the hardest thing. So one, I would make sure you're having a realistic plan that you're sticking to, something that's sustainable, something that you know that you can actually do long term, because if you are trying to do something that's very extreme, that could explain why you're only able to be consistent for X amount of time and then you fall off track. You give up because it could be because the plan itself is unsustainable. But it's important to be honest with yourself about it. If it's a matter of, falling off track and it doesn't have to do with the sustainability, it's just a matter of your discipline per se in terms of building the habits, then you may need some form of accountability or some sort of, wake up call talk with yourself to be like, okay, what is it that is preventing me from being consistent? Usually that's when we get uncomfortable, is facing that. And then we're like, oh, I don't want to find out what it is that I'm doing wrong. That's usually like how most people go about things, not just with fitness, but in life. When we face something that's uncomfortable about ourselves that we don't want to accept, that's when we stop doing the internal work and we're like, nope. Well, that's when it's most important to push through and actually figure out like, why am I doing this? I need to fix this behavior. So I think being honest with yourself in that sense is really, really important. But a lot of times accountability from a third person objective can be so helpful, because it's difficult to be objective with yourself. You see yourself in the mirror every single day, so it can be really discouraging if you think you're not seeing results, but it's just because you're being very harsh on yourself, or you're maybe just not looking at enough data. If you're only weighing yourself once a week or once a month or something, you're not taking progress pictures or measurements, and then you may not see the whole picture, then it's a lot harder to see your progress. So having a coach can be helpful in those instances, because you have someone that you're constantly checking in with who's making adjustments. You're actually able to talk out your feelings with that person of like, this is what I'm struggling with, this is what's going well, like what should I do moving forward? And then you actually have that clarity It's less stress because you're not having to figure everything out on your own. You're doing the work and having the understanding with help from someone else. So I do think accountability is a missing piece of the puzzle for a lot of people, which is why I do what I do, which is why I'm a coach, because that's what I want, is for people to eventually get to a place where they can do it on their own. But usually we can't do it on our own without having had some sort of guidance in the first place. There's plenty of people who do it on their own. It may take more time. So you have to have that patience. And patience is the hardest thing to have. So being kind to yourself, being patient with yourself will lead to likely being more consistent, because your understanding of what is going to be more difficult for you, and you set yourself up for success in those situations, as opposed to being really hard on yourself when you fall off track. Hello, is it Riyahi? Gothic Vampire, hello. Redneck Turtle, thank you for the compliment. We have the Alan Aragon in here. I am flattered that you're watching my live stream. Hello. Makeup on point tonight. I appreciate it. I'm not quite done with it. I keep stopping. Thanks for the fitness advice. It's very interesting to know. Absolutely. Mish, what's your favorite ice cream? Ooh, that is, oh my God. Why you gotta make me choose? So, fun fact, I'm very indecisive. Not a good trait, but I love coffee ice creams. Like, even before I ever drank coffee, I remember having coffee ice cream from Grater's. If you're not familiar with Grater's, if you're not from the Midwest, it's from Ohio. It's incredible. I know people rave about Jenny's ice cream, and Jenny's ice cream is great, but Grater's all the way. If you ever come to Ohio, go to Grater's. And I had their coffee ice cream, and I was like 12 or something, and I was like, whoa, and I'd never drank coffee. I'm like, this is amazing. I'm like, if this is what coffee tastes like when you drink it, like, no wonder everybody drinks it every day. And then I had coffee for the first time when I was like 16 or something. I had like, my mom drank black coffee, and I was like, what is this dirt? I'm like, this is not what coffee ice cream tastes like. But I do always go for coffee flavored ice creams typically. But there's this one from the grocery store. I forget what the brand is. I think it's like Turkey Hill or something like that. And I forget the name of what they called the ice cream, but it's like coffee flavored ice cream with like different kinds of cookies in it, like Oreo cookies and like chocolate chip cookies. And it is so good. It's like the best coffee type of ice cream that I have ever had. I want to say it's like something Dunker, like double Dunkers or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but it's really, really good. Anyway, yeah. Great question. What's your favorite? What's your favorite ice cream? And I do like, I love mochi ice cream. Right. Gonna do my mascara. So now I'm going to demonstrate my Holy Grail mascara that I was just raving about on my last live stream. So first, I'm going to go in with a coat of the Maybelline Cat Eyes mascara, and all the mascaras that I use are waterproof because I have straight Asian lashes that don't like to hold a curl, so waterproof mascara helps them hold their curl. Like, they're long, but they're thin and they're straight. So, Izzy got lucky and she has long, thick, curled eyelashes. Let's see. What's your fave cheat meal / cheat food? So I highly recommend not labeling foods as a cheat, because having a negative connotation around foods, labeling things as good versus bad, healthy versus unhealthy, is going to more than likely lead to you overeating on that food when it comes time. So say if you're restricting yourself from something throughout the week, then on the weekends what happens is you're around that food and you're like, oh my God, thank God I can have this food now. I've been missing it. And then you end up going way overboard. And having that like constant like restriction and overeating is just, it's not a healthy relationship to have with food. And food is more than just fuel. Like we use it as a way to express love. You know, it's part of culture. You know, you enjoy it with the people around you. It's not just for performance. So if you look at it that way, if you think instead like, you know, food in moderation, and you incorporate it, and you know that you're not, you know, don't need to avoid it, it's not something that's off limits, then you're more likely to eat those things in moderation, because you understand like, I could have this at any time. Do I actually want to eat it right now? So it's a different mindset instead of the all or nothing mindset. So I don't recommend labeling things as a cheat. I have something, you know, food that I love like on a regular basis. I love fruity candy, particularly like gummies and sour candy are my favorites, and I have them pretty regularly. I would say, you know, a few times a week. I'm just not gorging myself on them. My family does Pizza Friday every Friday. I just don't eat a whole pizza, you know. I just am in moderation. I eat well balanced. I eat lots of fruits, lots of veggies, lots of lean protein. I exercise, like all these other things. It's everything in total, you know. It's not one singular food is in and of itself unhealthy. Wow, I'm missing so many. I'm sorry. Ben & Jerry's New York Super Fudge Chunk. Ooh. Nice. Halo Top cookies and cream. Well, let's talk real ice cream. Halo Top is not real ice cream. In England, they sell the actual cookie dough that's in the Ben & Jerry's by itself. No. I need that. Okay, but do you see what I'm talking about? This mascara is like the GOAT. $5. I'm telling you, people. If you don't have Ulta, just go on Amazon. Lash Princess. It's $5. And it's like a giant tube. I don't know that it actually holds more product than a typical mascara. Let me look. 12 milliliters. Oh my god. This is tiny. 9.2 milliliters. So there we have it. It actually is more. That's what, 33% more or something? A third more? So, I'm just saying. It's large and it's $5. So, lash lift can help keep your curl. It lasts about 6 weeks, but it helps to keep it curled thereafter. Yeah, so I considered getting one of those like lash lift kits off of like Amazon that you do at home. I just don't know that I trust myself to do it on my own eyes, but I have considered it. But the thing is, this eyelash curler is the GOAT. It literally makes it actually curls my eyelashes. Like my eyelashes wouldn't look like this without this eyelash curler. Like, I know I just raved about drugstore stuff. I always used to use a drugstore eyelash curler until I'm like finally caved in to buy this after hearing people on YouTube and stuff raving about it. And I was like, all right, you know, especially like people who have Asian eyes were talking about it. I'm like, okay, well, that's me. You know, I need that. Because for me, it was always hard to get the outer corner lashes to curl. Those would always get excluded. So they'd be like hanging down while the rest were curled. And then that would bring my eyes downward. And I didn't like that. So this is the Surratt Beauty eyelash curler. It's $35, but hear me out. It's the best, and it has changed my makeup forever. I used it, I started using it for the first time before my wedding day, and I started wearing this mascara like right before my wedding day, and I didn't have to wear fake lashes on my wedding day because of this and because of the Lash Princess mascara. I'm telling you. Like, my lashes were even more intense than this, like, on the day of. I was like, Ryan, look at my eyelashes. I don't even need to wear fake eyelashes today, because I had fully intended on wearing them. I hate wearing fake eyelashes, but I had fully intended on wearing them because of picture purposes, you know, wedding day. Didn't have to. So, just saying. Mare, hello. Saludos desde Peru. Hello from Ohio. Gothic Vampire. My wife applies her best makeup sometimes for around the house. She says it's because she wants to feel pretty. Is she asking for something else? Is she asking for something else? I don't know. I mean, women wear makeup because they want to. And if she just wants to around the house because it makes her feel pretty, then, you know, I respect that. People have their own reasons for wearing makeup. I do it for fun. I only do it once or twice a week, but I do it for fun. Like, there's many times where I'll go out with Ryan and I don't put on any makeup, but I feel like wearing makeup today. But I think, you know, that you should find your spouse attractive regardless of the state that they're in. So maybe, I mean, I think it's important to be direct with people. And I think, you know, maybe she is being indirect about something, which I know it tends to be a habit for many people, is that of being passive and expecting other people to read our minds when we should just be direct and open when we communicate. I'm not saying that she isn't, but people in general would benefit from that. But maybe she is implying that she would like for you to compliment her on her beauty when she's not wearing any makeup. But that's a confidence thing, and confidence is internal and it's not from external things. Hermosa, thank you. What brand eyelash curler is that? Sorry, it's Surratt. So it's Surratt. Surratt, yes, Surratt. So 2 R's, 2 T's. And I got mine off of Beautylish. So I know Beautylish, I believe, ships to the UK. They do sell it on Sephora, but Sephora is like almost always sold out of this. So I had to get mine on Beautylish. And I believe they do free shipping on their orders, but highly recommend it. Amazing eyelash curler and mascara. I'm telling you, it's the GOAT. It's the best. Anyway, I need to drink some water. My lips are getting chapped. And from talking. Thank you so much. You're welcome. I'm going to do my lips now. So I don't overline my lips because I have relatively full lips. My top lip isn't all that big, but my lower one is. But the only thing I do, I'd say this every time, is that I go a little bit over my Cupid's bow because mine is very pointy, and I prefer it to not be so pointy, so I just kind of smooth it out a little bit. So I have many choices for lip liners, and they're all nudes because I only wear nudes. But they're different, I promise. They're all different. I just have to pick which one I'm gonna do today. I have no idea. Robert, hello. It's Juicy Lou, you're welcome. Is it Shanika? Your ear piercing, they're cool. Do you plan on getting more? It's funny, you're the, I think, second person to say this today. I appreciate the compliment, but yes, I do plan on getting some more. So I have a triple conch, I have a single one, I have a daith, and then I have my helix, and then I have my second lobes. I would like to get a third lobe on both, and I think I would like to get another helix right below this one, and then I would like to get like a little bit of a lower helix piercing here, and I want to get my rook pierced as well, and I think I want to do my tragus too. I know that's a lot, but so I'm not going to do them all at once, and I'm going to plan it out. I don't know when I'm going to decide to get them done. Piercings are a lot of money and a lot of commitment, and I'm just a very frugal person, so I like to plan these out. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to... I will say for lip liners, one of my favorite brands is NYX, NYX, NYX. Okay. Yeah, this one's one of my go-tos. My other go-to, which is a little bit more pinky, is Mauve. That one is supposedly a dupe for a MAC pencil, and I believe that one is the shade Whirl. I don't have MAC pencils, so I couldn't compare them for you, but apparently it's a dupe for that. But this one is the shade Nude Truffle. I love this one. It's like the perfect brown if you are like a medium tan skin tone. I love it. So I usually just wear lip liner. Like I won't even wear lipstick most of the time, because I don't like the feeling of lipstick or lip gloss when I'm eating, drinking, or if I want to kiss my husband. And lip liner doesn't transfer. But occasionally I do wear lipstick. Mel's Corbin, hello. Surreal, hello. So like I mentioned, just like across my Cupid spot, I go over a little bit because I just am not a fan of how pointy mine is. Just a personal preference. Okay. I was like, where's the cap? I am gonna wear a lipstick today. Who am I? I could stick with a drugstore theme. Oh no. It's a tough call. So I do love this one, but I don't know. All right, let's swatch them. I have two options. All right, let's go with, this is ColourPop, Third Eye. I love this packaging. How cute is this? It's gold and it has, or it's kind of like a rose gold, I guess. And it has little stars. It's so cute. Anyway, shade Third Eye. It's a bit more pinky than I remembered. I guess being tan makes things different, huh? So that. And then this one, this is my favorite color ever, the packaging. This blue is my favorite color ever. Like, this is me personified in a lipstick. It's like marbly looking, like water. So pretty. And the lipstick itself is really good too. It's from Tarte. The Color Splash lipstick in the shade Rum Punch. I think this one's a little bit lighter, maybe. It is lighter. So it's a little bit more nude. And this one's not matte. So this one's matte. This one is like a satin finish. It's not a cream where it like slides everywhere, but my lips are a little red from being chapped. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go with a more nude one today. We'll see. I can always take it off and change it. Excuse me. Okay. Anyway, that's the lipstick. And then what I usually do is I go over a little bit with the liner to kind of fix it. Okay, we are done. All right. Oh, it's pretty. Yeah, I love this lipstick. I will say I really do love the ColourPop one though. It is really, really comfortable. It's super, super lightweight for being like a matte lipstick. It doesn't feel drying at all. And that's like why I don't wear liquid lipsticks anymore, is they feel like they're literally like sucking everything out of your lips and you're like, oh my God, like it hurts. Like you feel like it's like settling into all the cracks in your lips. So I just don't wear liquid lipsticks anymore, except for the Chanel one, and that's like the only bougie thing that I own. But it's because it has a gloss on the other end, and the gloss like seals it in and it doesn't feel uncomfortable. And it is like, this is honestly worth every penny. It is so, so amazing. It literally lasts all day through everything. So if you are going to splurge on a prestige product, I do recommend this Chanel lipstick. It's the Le Rouge Duo Ultra Tenue, and this is the shade Tender Beige, and it is amazing. I wore it like every day for a month, even though I'd never wear lipstick. I wore it like all through October. When I went to my trip in Tahoe, so if you see pictures of me in Tahoe, literally every single picture I'm wearing this lipstick. I wore it every single day. It was my favorite. But for the most part, I usually just wear lip liner and put lip balm on, but today I stepped out of my comfort zone wearing a lipstick. Can you include a picture of the products or list of the products you use for this lovely look, please? Aw, I'm glad that you're interested in that. I mean, I typically don't upload that because most people don't really take interest in it after the live stream, but I can definitely, I'm going to wipe this off. I can definitely attempt to remember everything I just used. Most of it's drugstore. I feel like I should probably just start making like a highlight or something on my stories so that it's just saved there. I do have a highlight for beauty when I used to do this on my story, not live streams, but just like on my story. But I don't really use a lot of those products anymore because that's probably from like over a year ago. So yeah, I can definitely attempt to do that. Yeah, no problem. So this is the look that I'll be wearing today for dinner. I'm going to have to reapply the lipstick though. Usually when I go out to dinner, I don't wear lipstick because I don't like that feeling, but here I am. Favorite setting spray is the Milani Make It Last. They have a matte one and they have a dewy one. I'm not a fan of dewy setting spray because then I feel like your makeup starts coming off on your clothes. And I'm not a big fan of matte setting spray because I don't like to look matte. So I like to look like skin. So this is right in the middle. It's like the Goldilocks of setting sprays. And it literally makes your makeup last all day. I wore it on my wedding day as well. As you can tell, I'm pretty much out. So. Okay. And it smells nice. It smells refreshing. It doesn't smell like offensive or just, yeah, or like hairspray or anything, which honestly, like I wouldn't mind if it did because it does go away after some time, but I know some people are really sensitive to smells, so just letting you know. You gotta let it dry though. So anyway, if any of you guys are in need of coaching for fitness, nutrition, training, I am an online coach by profession. So if you DM me, we can definitely start chatting there, and then we can schedule a phone call to go over the coaching and see if we are a good fit to work together. So don't be afraid, I don't bite. But in the meantime, I think I'll answer questions for like another 5 minutes or so. So if you do have any questions, just drop them below, let me know, and that's what I'm here for. So, Jimmy, hello. My hair is still a little bit damp. My hair takes a while to dry. What I like, literally the only way that I can get my hair to curl really, and I don't like to use, I'm just lazy when it comes to hair, so I never use heat on my hair. I just, when it's like partially dry, I just put it in a bun with a scrunchie, and it ends up being curly, and then it holds the curl that way. Mel's Corbin, how long has it taken you to grow all your hair out? So that's tough to say because I've pretty much always kept my hair long. My hair grows very, very fast. I'm lucky with that. So I cut my hair really short. I donated my hair after I had my daughter when she was probably close to a year old, and then I didn't get it cut short again after that. I was like, no, I miss my hair. It's going to take me forever to grow it back out. But for it to get to like a normal length again, I think it took probably like 2 years to get like at least to like this point. Because I was getting it trimmed frequently to keep it healthy, of course. And like, especially when you're going through like the awkward like length period, you know, because I had it cut like literally to here. I donated like I think 13 inches or something because I had really long hair and I chopped it. I donated that, and then so like from here, you know, and then when you get to like this point where it starts flipping out because it's like on your shoulders, I had to, you know, get it cut so it would suit my face better. So I had to get it cut pretty frequently, which, you know, doesn't necessarily help the length. But I think it took me about 2 years for it to get to like here. And then since then, I've just always had it right around like my waist. I've just kept it pretty long since then. And now I cut my own hair. So I've been cutting my own hair for probably like 6 months now, I think, since like summertime. I started just watching a YouTube video and cut it myself from that. So that's how I cut my hair at home. But I cut it like every 6 weeks now, and I usually cut like 1 or 2 inches off at a time, and then I'll trim my bangs like every 3 or 4 weeks or so, because these grow really, really fast. Like I'm gonna have to cut them probably next week. So yeah. Push and pull up everywhere. Appreciate the heart eyes. So anyway, I think I'm gonna head out for dinner now with my husband. So if you guys are in need of coaching, like I mentioned, just hit me up in the DMs. I'm more than happy to speak with you and schedule a call so that we can go over things and see if we're a good fit to work together. I love coaching. That's my passion. That's why I do what I do. So if you are in need of help, I'm here for that. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a good night. I may come back on here and go live later. I doubt it after dinner, because I do have some calls later this evening. But we'll see. I might. I'll definitely be back tomorrow. So, well, thank you guys for being in here, and have a good night.